So happy to see you.
Me too.
This is very exciting, especially after our very special, our like Blues Clues situation this morning. I know. So we have with us, this is, I'm gonna brag for a moment. This is my brainchild, and it's been my favorite idea that I've had all year. And it's a special spin-off of All the Fucks called My Best Friend's Best Friend, because all I want to do is tell stories to and with Lillian, and then sometimes there are other halves to those stories, and the only people who really know them are our best friends.
Yeah. I'm Lillian Bustle.
I'm Jen Ponton.
And with us today is the fabulous Shauna Bowman.
Yay! Hello! 'Tis I. This sounds very,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, Ren Faire.
Sure.
So,
Yeah,
but that's appropriate because Shauna and I actually met working together at Busch Gardens in Williamsburg in a fake Renaissance fair area called Threadneedle Fair.
Yeah.
And what was your name?
I was Hero
Or
Kunigunda.
No!
We all picked different names. Mine was Pandora in the fair. And I loved when you wore the Kunigunda name tag, because people were like, Kuna what?
Oh no.
Because it was in Virginia, so there was a little twangy happening and a lot of hunting happening and a lot of outdoorsy folk. Sure.
Yeah. Tell them a little bit about what Threadneedle Fair was.
So in a regular theme park, you get a midway sort of situation where you play games. No, not things. Busch Gardens, the old country. Busch Gardens, the old country had a Renaissance themed gaming, ye old games.
Yes, it was very
old games. Thusly, Whack-a-Toad.
Wow, they really reached for that one.
Oh yeah, but it was Whack-E Toad
with an E on the
with
end
an
of Toad.
E on the end of Toad. Yes.
Oh my God.
There was Veggie Darts.
Gag-a-Dragon.
Gag-a-Dragon. The ladders, those spinny ladders.
Castle Climb.
Yeah.
Slingshotty.
Slingshotty.
What was the log roll? So there was also one that was like a long spinning cylinder thing that you had to try to get across. That was really fun to watch because people would slip and then just bust their nuts on it.
Oh yeah.
And then they had to take it out. What was it called?
I don't remember what that one was called, but like my favorite two, and I would venture to guess they're probably still your favorite, is the dunk tank. Everybody wanted to get the dunk tank day.
Yes.
Because basically just got to hang around in a swimsuit all day.
I hated it.
Oh really?
Oh no, I hated it. I only did it once. I completely lost my voice. What was it called? Dunka jerk? No.
Something like that. Dunk the jester. Dunk
something like that.
Yeah. It was whoever was in trouble for the day from the queen. We would make stuff up.
Yes.
But first of all, like, Jen, there was always like a thick, just moldy moss across the top of the dunk tank. Not always. Sometimes it was clean.
It could have been thick. Yeah, you're right.
I am a moist person in the summer anyway, so to be wet and soggy for an entire day
moist
did not agree with me. Plus, I'm not very mean, so I would be like, "Oh, you there? Oh, what? You're too yellow."
Yeah. I say it, sir.
Prithee, kind sir.
Exactly. That fanny pack is not the proper color of yellow. Are you royalty? Yes.
Someone hath stolen your sleeves, sir.
Yes. When you bought that muscle shirt, did you forget to buy the muscles to go with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd have a couple good.
It's all still in
That's
it.
some real smack talk right there.
Or if someone would dunk you in, we would say, "Well, sir, even a blind squirrel finds a nut in the woods every now and again." That was a good one. Yeah.
Back pocket Busch Gardens. Why are you sleeping on this? You have pure talent right here.
They took it out, and now the wolves are there.
Yeah.
So there's the Jack Hanna's wolf enclosure.
Sorry, the what now?
Wolves
Wolves.
with a
Wolves.
V. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, they took it out because people who worked in our section were stealing them blind, I'm sure. So they thought that it wasn't making any money.
They weren't stealing the wolves.
No.
They were,
People who worked at Threadneedle Fair figured out how to game the system. Not that I had anything to do with that or ever stole anything ever, but yeah. And so they were like, sorry, this is closed now. And so we came back the day that it closed with all of our friends, and then we did steal everything. We
purged
took
some things.
We took like signs. I had the Veggie Dart sign for a really long time that we had all signed, like carved our fair names into the back of it. It was a very heavy and very rusty nail sort of souvenir.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I think I just have the fair warning sign. So it was about 18 inches long, maybe about 6 inches tall, like a long sign that could go over a door.
Sure.
That was what I got.
Like love
It was easy to pack
or some shit.
Yeah.
Pack and luggage.
Well, we tossed them all over the back fence.
Not
because,
me. I took mine out the front.
Well, yeah, because you put it under your cape.
Under my backpack, under a poncho.
Your big old cape.
I know,
right?
I wasn't working there anymore.
Yeah. So. Mm-hmm. Just little devious activities. We were kind of up to no good in high school for sure.
But I was totally uncorrupted until I met all of you. So.
Hey, no. So me too. We were the innocent ones.
We really were.
We were always the lookouts for everybody else because we were.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the introduction to the dark side for you, Shauna?
Oh, my introduction to the dark side. I mean, I've always had a dark side. Yeah. I was an only child for the first 8 years of my life. So I got up to a lot of no good because I was around adults all the time and they just let me do whatever I wanted. So
that is something that happened.
It is something that happened. My mom was super young when she had me. So, it was just you and me against the world. And yeah, so I got left alone a lot. So I was always up to no good. And I never knew how to keep my mouth shut. I still
unattended.
Yeah. But I spent a lot of time alone, so I had to entertain myself somehow. So I would make up characters in my head or learn how to do voices or noises and I say my mom put me in a padded room and people think, obviously that's the other padded room. No, my mom was a musician and she would go to the rehearsal rooms and she would put me in the one that was the most insulated and leave me in there for the day while she was in classes or rehearsal. She'd check in on me. But
yes,
a 17, 18, 19-year-old, she didn't leave a baby. Sorry.
Right.
When
a child who can walk, I would imagine.
Yeah, so I was always into trouble, but I knew when she would come back, the time she would come back to check on me, so I would sneak out and go around the University of New Mexico, UNM. Shout out Lobos. But yeah, so
speaking of wolves,
right. See, there's a connection to the wolf inside. But yeah, no, I raised myself in some ways. I wasn't raised by wolves, contrary to public opinion.
Contrary to public opinion,
I was raised by they're called Caninus Havaris, or right? No,
yeah.
But growing, so that's actually a good.
Thank you, Jack Hanna.
Sure. Well, Jack Hanna's wolves we don't know a lot about, but we do know a shit ton about eagles.
Bald eagles, the American bald eagle, Haliaetus leucocephalus,
can usually be seen near tall trees close to
shallow waters
where fish are abundant. These eagles use their impressive 8-foot wingspan to soar as high as 500 feet. They can spot prey swimming from up to
I don't remember.
mile away and swoop to seize it at 100 miles per hour. These eagles have been misunderstood in their essential role as predators. As a result, they have fallen victim to poisoning, shooting, habitat destruction, and pesticides.
Wait, this is our pledge
and our promise.
There was a bald eagle sanctuary right next to Threadneedle Fair. And it just had this on a loop. And by the way, that's not how you pronounce it. It's Haliaetus leucocephalus, not leucocephalus.
Well,
but that's how they pronounced it on the thing.
Maybe they just wanted to say phallus. It was a slip.
Obviously.
Why say phallos when you could say phallus?
Although I will say the thought of, well, Threadneedle Fair was just fine and dandy until the wolves came. It's really like a very foreboding. What the fuck is it? Lost, the others, like the fucking what the Starks have to deal with at the border.
Sure.
There's a whole lot built into that.
Yeah.
28 Days Later had vampire wolves, didn't they, or something like that?
That was very scary.
You know,
I forgot that. I haven't watched that movie in so long.
it's a good one.
It is a good one.
I was not, I mean, I was very innocent, but I was up to bullshit mischief before the fair because like I was largely unattended also, and also I looked very, very sweet and unassuming, and I was very good at lying. So
she still does.
I am, and
she
I'm
still is.
still very good at lying.
Still very good. Yes.
But that's why I got away. Sorry, that was a terrible burp.
Oh, well, blow it in the other direction, girl.
That was Paula Dean's baked cheesy grits.
Woo.
What?
This
is what I'm missing?
Yes. Every year, Shauna and Emily make these Cheddar Bay biscuit balls.
Yeah, they're called sausage balls.
Sausage balls.
Hydrocephalus.
Exactly. It's a very Lucascephalus sort of situation. Now, yeah, it's traditions, you know.
And I have a baked cheesy grits recipe, which, I mean, fuck Paula Dean, but it's her recipe. If anybody wants to find it, it's delicious.
Baked cheesy grits and sausage balls. Hot dog, and you're actually in Texas, so like you can really lean into the country.
Yeehaw.
It's so interesting here. So this is my first time in Houston, and Sean and Emily just moved here in March. Is that right? March or April?
Yeah, end of April. Yeah.
And I expected there to be a lot more twangy accents here, but it's actually it's kind of like growing up near Norfolk where there's a mixed bag. There's like, it's a very diverse neighborhood and city. So we've heard all kinds of accents since we've gotten here.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag.
But
that is also why you move to Houston and not like actual bumblefuck Texas.
You know, like Perry, Texas. No, you know.
Oh, right. Yes.
No offense to those of you listening who are from Perry, Texas, but it is quite small.
Oh, we just lost a whole demo.
We just lost that market. See ya, Perry.
Jen, do you know about Buc-ee's?
Oh.
Okay, so
No.
it's like you know how there's a reverence for Wawa in the Jersey area? Okay. So imagine if Wawa was also like Disney and their mascot was a beaver named Buc-ee.
Are these the people who make something that Karen and Georgia get every time they go?
The beaver balls?
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Please
Beaver
kill me.
Beaver nuggets. Sorry.
Beaver nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. All right, go ahead, please.
But so they prompted, like they warned us that it was like this magical wonderland, but I was not ready.
Oh, she wasn't ready
for this. So like, first of all, almost everything is their brand, right? So it's not like a 7-Eleven where it's like a bunch of random shit.
Right.
The entire left side of this place that we went into, like, first of all, imagine a huge deli counter, right? Except for in the deli counter, it's all 1,000 different kinds of beef jerky and turkey jerky and other jerkies, fresh made. There's people in the back who are like, "Can I help you select your jerky?" Over at another spot, it was very late at night, and Don pointed out there were like 200 ready-made pulled pork sandwiches and brisket sandwiches, just like ready to go. They make fresh fudge. You can also get like a sleepy onesie that's Buc-ee the Beaver. There's
Oh my God.
yeah,
They roast nuts.
They
They roast nuts and then they jerk your jerky.
They jerk your jerky. And very disappointingly, not nearly enough beaver double entendres. Not
Full
nearly
service?
enough.
Surprising. Like if you're gonna lead into it that much, you really got to go all the way.
That's what I'm saying.
They're
It was
fairly
shocking.
good with their marketing, but I agree with you. There were they have amazing billboards as you're driving down the highway that have some really good, sayings and things. I agree. I agree with you, Miss Liz.
I wanted more, but
They
I
should-
have a fondness for.
Yeah. They should make shirts with some of those phrases.
Right.
For sure.
I will write to them.
Yep.
We should send in our ideas.
To whom it may concern, you are not nearly lewd enough. Best.
You have this whole beaver image. You could expand that
Right.
greatly. Yeah. Mhm.
Miss, it's money on the table.
Remember that show, Angry
True.
Beavers? We loved that.
Yes.
Angry Beavers was the best growing up.
We did love Angry
We just go-
Beavers.
I'd see you at work and go, "Hey, angry beaver," and you go, "Hey, angry." You go, yeah.
Lillian, that is why I chose that first piece of music for Dreading the Boards.
Why? Because it sounded like beavers?
It sounds
you
like the
sound like-
Angry Beavers theme music.
Oh, nice.
That's so funny.
Good times.
And I was like, oh, I did like this because it sounds so much like Spanish Flea / Herb, Albert and the Tijuana Brass / ad infinitum.
Little lady fingers.
Oh, God.
Or Herb Albert and the Tijuana Brass.
Yeah, yeah. Solo for the president.
Back to that part about you learning to make various sounds.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, break out some of your Disney voices.
Man, I'm a little hoarse today. I'm not a little horse. My name's Mr. Ed. No,
Dad jokes.
Yeah. Donald. Let me clear that. Oh boy. Oh, hey pal.
Sorry. Disney had you in the wrong wing.
Well, there's already a beautiful, lovely married couple that were doing Mickey and Minnie, so that's fine.
Oh,
They
that's so wholesome.
Yeah, it's very
That
wholesome.
is wholesome.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all in good fun, and I scare children, so that's fine. Mission accomplished on a daily. Yeah.
I'm gonna guess though that you taught yourself to do Donald pre-internet. Like that in and of itself is saying something. To not be able to find a YouTube video guiding you through what to do and how to do it, to just like sit there in front of the TV and like squint real hard and then
we had the LP of Going Quackers,
Right? Or remember Ducks Dance? Ducks Dance 2.
Oh my God.
Do you remember that? I pulled that one out. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was from Mouser Size.
Mouser Size.
Shit.
Do you remember?
I had Mouser Size. It was Mickey in a giant suit, right?
Yep.
Oh fuck.
And Donald
wow.
was Ducks Dance 2.
Mhm.
And then there was also Flash Beagle, which was the Snoopy,
That was the
Charlie
Snoopy one.
Brown
Yeah.
one.
Flash, 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 Beagle.
That was
When
good.
he hits the floor, he soars like a wild
And he ripped up his sweatshirt.
eagle. Oh my God. I recommend to everyone, please go find this. It is it's one of those things that I like so much that I can't even say if it's good or not, but it's definitely such a piece of history.
Oh, man.
Flash Beagle.
Flash Beagle.
Underrated. We should
and
watch
Mouser
that later.
Size.
Mhm.
Yeah. They were both good.
God bless YouTube.
Well, I watched a lot of probably inappropriate things at a really young age too,
Oh,
because
sure.
I was unchecked.
You were talking about watching it really young.
Oh yeah, I watched it really young. I watched heavy metal really young.
Is that cartoon that you told me about that was like
explained a
pre-Cool
lot of
World?
Oh
Yeah.
There's a lot of nudity for a cartoon. Kind of like those what was it? Those not
Fritz
fractured
the cat?
no, fractured fairy tales, but that one where it was all dirty cartoons.
Oh, I don't remember what you're talking about.
They were like from the like from 1920 through 19, because everybody was doing porn.
Oh,
the whole world.
I do know what you're talking about, and I can't.
Porn's
remember
always
the
been
name.
around. Of course, it was the cavemen were drawing boobs on the wall. Like, let's.
We really never change.
No,
these are some big boulders.
But so
hey, ugh.
That's like Beavis and Butthead.
So that's one of the reasons why we bonded though when we met, was because we had so many similar frames of reference, and even though by the time I met you, you had a much bigger family.
Yeah, it wasn't just because I was crazy.
But that's what we were crazy in the same way.
It was my animal magnetism.
Mm-hmm. Right. Oh boy.
Listen, you don't have to go crazy. It'll be all right.
They should have gotten you for the new.
I know, right?
The new Muppets
missed opportunity.
mystery
Oh.
mansion, haunted mansion.
Oh, I heard that was not
Terrible.
so bad.
Really?
I mean, I'm for hire. I mean,
I heard the Kermit
this
voice.
is
with the
Lillian
business.
Bustle and Jen Ponton. Welcome to All of Fox. Yay!
Stealing it.
Hooray. But one of the one of the first times we hung out at your house, you were like, "Do you know about this movie, Waiting for Guffman?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And you had the VHS.
I did. I had the VHS. Actually, I didn't have just one VHS. I had 3 VHS copies because being the nomad that I've always been in my life and not knowing where home is really, I had one at my aunt's house, one at my dad's house, and one at, I probably kept one with you.
Oh, that
After a
might be
while.
how I had my.
Yeah.
Because I had a VHS copy of it for a very long
Wherever
time.
home was, I had a copy of Waiting for Guffman because it was on repeat.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And we would get Chinello's pizza.
Oh my God.
Right?
Yeah.
And we would each have our own 2-liter soda or whatever. And we would just pop in movies. But Waiting for Guffman was the one we watched on repeat.
Yes.
You were the coolest.
Okay. Can't even help it. Okay, so let's zoom in. The moment that Waiting for Guffman resonates with someone is when they've already come from theater, drama club, blah, blah, blah. What were those early experiences for you? Because obviously it has always come naturally to you. It is a huge part of you. Pre-Threadneedle Fair, what did performance look like for Shauna?
Yeah, I started being a ham the minute I came into this world, I think.
Yes.
I came out tap dancing like the little frog from the WB. So like that's how couldn't you see, right? Came out with a cane and everything. No,
Your poor mother.
I just swung it around. Hello, my darling. No, I started auditioning pretty seriously around 6 years old, 6 or 7. And I was obsessed with like Annie and like shows that had kids in them. Obviously I wasn't like, the Kids in Camp, which was another cult classic of ours, but where they're doing appropriate things. Like I wasn't in Company at the age of 6, with my hair. I got the acting bug early. It was something to do. My mom tried me in everything. My mom was an amazing violinist. She has since passed. She passed in 97, but she was a professional violinist and had been in a couple different, state orchestras. And she'd worked really, really hard to get like first chair at UNM. And so like music was always a really big part of my life. So obviously singing, I gravitated towards that. And my mom really wanted me to play violin and I just didn't take to it. She got me a teeny tiny violin, like those starter ones for little kids. So I started learning at 4. And then I didn't know. I got through Mary Had a Little Lamb and it hurt my fingers too much. And she's like, you have to build up your calluses. But it just wasn't.
I'm 4.
Right. I loved the recorder. And then my mom said, if you don't stop playing that recorder, I'll pull your lips off.
Fair.
So
that's the only rational response to a child with a recorder.
I don't play the recorder anymore, but I mean, I do still have a nose flute.
That's true.
It is true.
She's a fucking beast on the nose flute.
So my mom would put me in a room alone with the nose flute. So I did become a pretty good nose flautist, if you will. You know what nasal flautist?
I had a jaw harp when I was very young.
Oh yeah, they call them a jaw harp.
Is a jaw harp a Snoopy harp?
It is.
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't do it very well. I'm not good at that.
No,
one.
well then they taste terrible.
Oh,
they're made out of they taste like
metal.
How your hands smell after going on the monkey bars.
That metal, that residue.
Yeah, it's gross.
Slimy.
Maybe leaps have been made in.
Can't like coat it in enamel or some shit.
Listen,
I'm sure they make them with different things. Just don't make them with inappropriate things like ivory, and don't make
recorders and square dancing were something that were part. Didn't you do square dancing in school growing up?
Oh no, because I went to a Baptist Christian high school where dancing is a sin.
Square dancing was a public school thing.
It was Footloose, so
it was Footloose, but in the middle of Newport News. So explain that. Dancing's a sin. You can't touch people. It's wrong.
Fully? That was hang on. Oh, are you pulling my leg, or was that really like the general gist of high school?
Well, we're jumping ahead, but in high school, I went to a Baptist Christian school, and it was, we had a junior senior banquet / slideshow. It wasn't a prom. overnight in the gym, Jen. An overnight in the gym.
I'm surprised they didn't make the girls and the boys sleep in separate rooms.
They did.
Okay, there you go.
Wait, it was an overnight?
There was
They're going to replace a prom with an overnight, and that's them being protective of your fucking virginity or whatever?
Poke holes in this.
Yes. Go ahead, poke holes.
But go back to your early performance stuff, because you were singing from the time you were very young.
I started taking voice lessons 6, 7, 8 years old in that time frame and started doing auditions. But the first audition I went to when I was 6, I went to the audition and I got scared because there were other girls there, and I'm very I guess I am kind of still scared of girls.
Girls are scary.
Girls are very scary, but when you're 6, you're trying to find what you want to do. Like I think it was all about the same time. So like a few weeks prior to my very first audition, my mom had also taken me to Brownies, which I also left in the middle of because I was scared of the other girls. So then I went to this audition and I was like, I'm going to be an Annie and I'm going to be Pepper because like I'm cool. I'll be Pepper.
Pepper is the cool one.
Right. I just wanted to be Pepper. Yeah.
Did you get it?
I did not, because I didn't finish the audition to the next. I got up there and sang, but then the girl who got up after me was like really good, and her name was Shannon, and that was too close to Shauna, and they won't know the difference, and so I'm just not going to do it. And I didn't get a call back, but it was for a University of New Mexico production, so it wasn't like it was a community theater thing, college,
right?
And they just needed kids, but
that's some bullshit.
That's fine.
But get your job. Go back there.
My mom at that point, she was like, well, maybe she just needs to get her confidence. So she put me in dance classes and art classes. And I was homeschooled for most of my life, which, we moved a lot. I mean, I think
it's a great way to socialize someone.
Sure. We moved 12 times in 3 years. So it was hard to make friends. And my mom would try to put me in whatever organization in whatever new city and kind of force me out there, which was helpful to at least have some kind of activity. But I didn't get back into theater specifically until we settled in San Diego for a few years. So that was like late 80s. Mm-hmm. And I got with a group, like a little community theater group that was specifically for kids. It's pretty cool. It's still running, and they do all around the San Diego area. And now they've branched out. They have like a division of them in Chicago and probably like somewhere in Pennsylvania or whatever. But I auditioned for stuff, and we did tour groups all around California, Southern California. It was a ton of fun. I did the very first production of Mary Poppins prior to all the licensing coming through. I'm sure that the time has run out on this for me to share this story.
Yeah, you're good.
Maybe this is more of a dreading the board story. I don't know.
Yes, and
so our director was like, yeah, all systems go. They wrote a letter to P.L. Travers's family. One of the local people had written the script and kind of taken portions from the movie, portions from the book, and created a musical for us kids. And I say kids, but it was like 18 through 6. And they'd all do a production. And some people, they do classes every quarter. But beside the point, he had written to P.L. Travers's family and was like, yeah, we'll get the approvals. Let's just keep doing rehearsals. And doing the thing.
Oh, no.
The night before opening night, they got a letter from the estate refusing us to do the show.
Bitches.
This was like dress rehearsal night. And we were all in a room. We had, they bought 1,000 pizzas for everybody. And he's like, all right, I have some announcements. Do you guys want the good news or bad news first? And we're like, the good news. And it was like, the good news that night was that the kite actually flew, because they had built this pulley system for the kite to fly out of his hand and hover in the theater. And so that was the good news. And everybody's like, okay, what's the bad news? And they were like, hey, guess what? We didn't get approved to do the show. And people were like, oh my God, hubbub. Oh my God,
watermelon.
He goes, screw it. We're doing it anyway. And everybody's like, yeah. He was like, if I get arrested, everybody's going to pull together the bail money, right? And that's, so we did it. The show went on. We did 13 shows of that.
How young was the director, producer? Like young enough to just not give a fuck about actual consequences?
I was a kid at the time.
Much harder to come after people for things like that back then, though.
Probably, yeah. Mm-hmm. But if it got out that, we had done it anyway. He could have gotten in
Sure.
trouble, but he was like, "Screw it, you guys have worked too hard." Like it was the dress rehearsal night. Like, come on, man.
But that's because everything was snail mail back then. You wrote an actual letter
Correct.
and then you put it in the mail and then
Yeah.
you waited for a response.
I was an alternate understudy for Mary,
Oh.
so I had to learn all her stuff, and I was scared shitless. I was like, "No, please don't ever put me. No. I only know half of it. Don't put me out there." But I was a suffragette,
Nice.
and I was. There was something else I did in that show. Oh no, when I was finally in Annie, which was at the same company, I was one of the Boylan sisters. IODENT. Yeah. I was trying to think. That one I did multiple roles, but I was mostly a suffragette in the Mary Poppins and the understudy for Mary.
Yay.
Taller
And you
than
were
a-
like 10-ish then?
I, at that time, was 11, almost 12. I turned 12 when we moved to Virginia. So we left San Diego to drive all the way across the country and move to Virginia.
Holy fuck.
And then 3 years later, I met.
Oh, that's right.
Miss Lillian
15
Bustle.
comes 3 years after 12. That's crazy.
It does. Isn't that wild?
Wild. We do not focus on math on this
Well,
podcast.
no, but like 12 sounds like a child, and we were fully formed humans when we met, right? We were so grown up.
We were perfect in every way, and we knew everything.
Yes.
We
No argument here.
queens of the universe.
We were.
But we were a couple of scaredy cats as well.
I love it. So we're talking mid 90s. You guys are fast friends. You get to spend all summer together playing pretend. And then you have to respectively go back to your school districts for
Yeah.
the year. How did you guys stay in touch? Did you see each other at all during the school year?
We did on occasion. I think
I think we were closer the second year.
we were definitely closer the second year, because then I would pick you up and we would drive around and, and do stuff. We would go to movies all the time, or just hang out at Kmart like
We did.
a couple of hooligans.
Yep. There was a
Yes. What did you do at Kmart? I did some
24 hours
crazy
for
shit at Kmart.
And that was the year I think that Tickle Me Elmo came
Oh
out.
yeah, Tickle Me Elmo. And it was the Rosie O'Donnell doll had just come out,
Yes.
fully posable and talks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So
fuck, I
there was
remember that.
That we definitely tickled all the Elmos, and then they all fell off the shelf.
They all
and
fell
we
off the
ran
shelf.
away.
Yep.
There were
Yep. mhm.
a particular knife in the knife
Oh.
section,
The boner.
the 6-inch boner.
Yes.
Because it's Virginia and Kmart has knives,
Oh yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
like
right? Like hunting knives.
Yeah, that was like a fish knife.
It was like a
It's a cooking
fishing
knife.
Was it a cooking knife?
I mean, it was to debone fish for sure.
Well, yes. Then it would have to be, But it was a 6-inch boner.
Water noodles. We had a lot of water noodle fights.
A lot of water. Oh, and then, the Rosie O'Donnell doll, if you pushed it, would just go cutie patootie,
Oh,
cutie
fuck.
patootie, over and over again.
Oh, God.
So we did push all of those, and those fell off the shelf too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There's always the big ball bin. That was fun.
Oh yeah.
Mostly I was just the lookout for your shenanigans with Lish, to be honest.
What? Whoa.
I think so. Do you remember were you there the time everybody
Lish and
was?
Kelly were the worst.
They were the worst.
Shout out to Lish and Kelly. We love you guys.
Were you there when everybody was shoplifting? Were you there for the shoplifting?
I was like, I'm standing in the corner. I'm gonna watch, make sure you guys don't get caught. But I was like, if somebody comes, I'm gonna pretend I don't know you. That was me.
So
Yes.
I was in another part of the store, and someone from this big group of people that we were with came and grabbed me, and they were like, "Hey, security's on top of everybody. People were pocketing stuff, and now they're being chased around the store by undercover cops."
Oh, I think that's when I beelined to the door and like hid in the parking lot.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you got out. Meanwhile,
Because I knew my mother would kill me.
no, of course.
She would string me up.
No, it was terrible.
I'm a good little Christian schoolgirl.
Right.
What
but you
brave
know what
lookout
happened.
you are.
No, I don't.
You don't remember what happened?
Maybe I missed that.
So there was a whole bunch of people, and a number of them were putting stuff in their pockets. But what happened was that there were undercover security people, and one of them was wearing, I'll never forget, a shirt that said, "If you think you're lucky, try living in Texas."
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So it was like 5 people, plain clothes with walkie-talkies,
Mhm.
and they were surrounding our group of friends, and I could hear them talking to each other on the walkie-talkies, but they could also hear each other because they were close enough to yell.
I remember how stupid that was.
And I remember somebody was like, they're dumping their pockets, they're dumping their pockets. And I walked straight up to one of them and I was like, hi, why are you harassing my friends? And they wouldn't talk to me. They wouldn't talk directly to me. They were talking to each other on the walkies. So my friends who were actually shoplifting are all like dumping shit out of their pockets and running out the door. And I marched my ass up to customer service.
You did a Marsha.
Yes.
You did a Marsha.
Tell me now.
And
Oh
I
my God,
complained-
yes.
I complained about the fact that my friends were being harassed, and they were like, we don't have plainclothes security. And I said, well, that's even worse, because that means that there's 4 people with walkie-talkies who are just harassing teenagers in here.
Mm-hmm.
So pick your poison. Either you've got these people or you don't. And if you don't, you have a bigger problem than us putting chapstick in our pocket.
I think that was the original vigilante justice. They just threw together like a catch the shoplifter group.
Oh my God.
But I had to have been like 17, right? I was still a
Oh yeah,
very
we were under 18
indignant child.
Oh,
God, that's so good.
for sure.
But can you talk a little about your van?
Oh, well, I had the party van, and so I was always the designated driver. I'm still the designated driver in
But
most scenarios.
Not because you were a stripper, it was because your family was so big.
Because my family was so big, yes. So at the time,
The stripper van came much
The
later.
stripper van came after. I'm the oldest of 9 total in a blended family, but at that time there were 6 of us, including myself, at home that are, so we had a 15 passenger van. Yeah.
That we would all pile into and,
Oh, yeah.
and then go to the gay club.
Oh yeah. I got in trouble for that many times.
Did you really?
Oh, I did. There was some
because people left bottles and shit in your car.
not the bottles.
No.
It was free paraphernalia, as it was put. from the-
that was Josh and Anna.
It actually was Williams.
Okay.
It was Williams or Matt's. Both of them would deny it, but
Bunch of punks.
because they were sitting in the very back and where it was found and blah blah blah, and
Sure.
there are children in
Questionable.
this van. You're
I
never
was
using
still-
this van
I
again.
was very scandalized by anybody smoking weed, so I definitely wasn't there for that.
Oh yeah, it was. But it was fun. We would go, we'd hop in the van and they'd be like, oh my God, we're going to miss curfew, quick, like get back in the van. And then we got William in a couple times.
And your car,
he was the youngest.
your van only went like 65 miles.
Oh yeah.
an
So it was like
hour.
pata.
Teen pass.
I was praying we would cross that bridge and not like die on the bridge.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh yeah. Because we had to cross bodies of water to get from Yorktown, Williamsburg, all the way down to Virginia. It was like Virginia Beach, Norfolk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bar was called Private Eyes.
Oh yeah.
And it is still astounding to me that there were any dance clubs at all that would let kids in under 21.
Mhm.
You had to be 18, I think. It wasn't all ages. But if you were too young, you would get a wristband, so you couldn't, or maybe it was the other way around.
And they did the X's too.
Oh, right. Yeah. So you
Of
were
course.
marked for sure, so you couldn't get booze.
Well, wasn't it the originator of like being straight edge? You had to have your X's on your hands.
Oh,
And that's why the kids,
Oh
like
my
goth,
God, you're
goth
right.
kids.
Yes.
That's why we did that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I did it. Cool.
Did you do that,
A
Jen?
straight edge. man. Jen, did you have black lipstick? What's happening?
No, that
Oh,
I didn't go that far. I
Okay.
could not pull off full goth, but I got just like.
Did you wear a
muslin-
pacifier? Did you wear a pacifier around your neck?
Oh
Oh.
yeah.
Shocking, actually. Yeah. That checks
Yeah,
out.
of course I did. Of course I did. I was muslin close to like punk hardcore culture, not quite rave culture, because that was a little too based on like hallucinogenic drugs, and also like places I couldn't get to, but I could get to firehouses. I could get to like the fucking VFW, which had like all of the mosh pits and the local hardcore bands. So I was very close to that, and I spent a lot of time in like not quite Jinko jeans, but very wide leg carpenter pants and pacifier necklaces and
Oh, yeah, the candy necklaces.
Yeah. And then they would get all sticky when you would go to a hot show.
I think
But I was always like, maybe somebody wants to eat it off my neck.
I think we were at Halloween this year, and there was a costume called Rave Girl, and it had a candy necklace in it and a pacifier, and like some kind of funky wig with like little pieces of the hair were different colors, like how you would do.
So thoughtfully done.
And it was like, I want to say like a mesh
yes.
halter sort of situation was the costume. And I don't remember what the bottoms were. Probably jeans pulled all the way up to your waist. And then it is a skirt. It looks like a skirt, but it's really jeans. That's jean coat.
There was a girl I went to college with who wore Jinkos all the time, and I feel like this was much into other people's lives more than it was into mine. And I had a friend who just called her blue hair big pants.
Hey, how's blue hair big pants doing? Hey, how you doing, big pants? Wanna hang out some time? Let's go. Hey, like your pants. Those are some puffed sleeves. You remember? What was that from? No, I don't know.
I want a girl with blue hair and big pants.
Exactly.
Oh my God. But Shauna, like, back to the whole performance stuff. You used to sing all the time, and our job at the fair was basically like we were getting paid like $2 over minimum wage because we had to create all of our own programming. I think we had like maybe a binder full of sketches that people had done back in the day.
There was like a thread needle book. It was like
it was like a show Bible.
You could add, different things to each year. Somebody would add something to it. We kind of fell off with that. I think
we did not use any of it. I remember getting a giant photocopied stack of things that were suggested. Folder. But like one of the first things that I was like, oh my God, about you was how beautiful your voice was.
Oh, thanks, honey.
She is an incredible Shauna. Me and Don's wedding.
I did. I sang Unexpected Song.
You did.
I felt so privileged that I got to be a part of your wedding.
It was lovely.
Yeah, I still love that. I mean, I look kind of funny in some of the pictures from your wedding, like that one where I'm like looking at Dawn real threatening, like what are you going to do to her? And that one gets posted at your anniversary every year. And I'm like, people are going to think I'm a psycho, like totally jealous.
You can't help being a human Muppet. You just, I mean.
Oh, wow. That's a really good descriptor. Maybe this should be my new tagline, human Muppet. But a lot of people use that one.
I feel like there's that has legs. You'll find something.
It has legs. You got legs. Well, I got into opera like at age, I'd say 12, 13. I started taking the singing a little more seriously instead of like, oh, I'll just go to a weekly lesson and we'll sing our little sing-songy thing, right? The adjunct professor, voice professor at CNU, Christopher Newport University, she became my voice teacher. And so I would go to her house 2 times a week and really like delved into opera and performance. And I really thought that's what I was going to go into. I got accepted into Boston Conservatory of Music for voice performance and opera. And then I just didn't go. So life happens.
Yeah.
But we were sad because she got promoted from, I don't think I was working there the year you were doing live entertainment.
No, I think that was the year you left.
Yeah.
Diana was still there.
Yes. But Shauna and I did 2 years at Threadneedle Fair. And then suddenly she was with the live entertainment people, which was like a big deal. They were like royalty at the theme park. It was like, oh my God. Oh, how cool are all those people? Mom. And so I was
upgraded to character shoes.
Right.
I've been trying to get into live entertainment for a long time. Like you're right. There was like that weird barrier between the gaming, but we are cool in a nerdy kind of way. We want to hear stuff, but we want to get to there. Yeah, there was kind of a weird, maybe I've just been a bridge the gapper for like my whole life. Like let's bridge the gap between the two worlds sort of thing. Yeah.
Yes.
But I remember that's the story I thought you were going to share, was me hanging upside down, singing opera, hanging upside down from one of the towers outside Threadneedle whenever the Live E directors would walk by. They'd be like, oh my God, they're coming, quick, Shauna, get on the tower, hang upside down, sing. Yeah. Sometimes they wouldn't notice. No. They just keep walking by. Yeah.
Come on.
There's someone hanging upside down, singing Caro Nome at the top of their lungs. Or I do the beginning part of Phantom, where it's like the Come on. Yeah. Oh, that's totally out of tune. Sorry, I did not warm up. Yeah.
You're fired.
Firing myself.
Zero appreciation.
But then I got into the Live E stuff. I did that for about 3 or 4 years. 3 years. Yeah. And then I was like, see ya. I'm going to Europe. Yeah. And then that's kind of where our
Yeah,
friendship.
we didn't see each other for a really long time, and I would love for you to tell the story about how we reconnected, though.
Oh, sure.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
I know. I've never actually shared it with Jen directly, but I know that's already one of Jen's favorite stories. And I mean, certainly one of my favorite too. And you actually shared it at our wedding too. Do you remember? Yeah, you shared it in your little wedding speech, which I thought was cute. But yeah, I moved to Europe and we were emailing back and forth and things like that.
And there were some group emails and
Sure. And like you were in college and then you came back and then I think you and Dawn had only been together like a year when we reconnected. Maybe not even. It was like months, I think. And I believe there was an email I tried to look for the other day where it was like, oh, I'm in New York. Oh, I'm in New York too. I'm living in Harlem. I'm in Staten Island, I think now. Because I, briefly lived in Manhattan. But so we had been in communication. We both knew we were both living there. However, I was driving up to Teaneck, if I'm not mistaken, and you and Dawn were doing
I think
you
we
were
were
doing
going
errands or something in like Kearney or something, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kearney errands. I don't know what we were doing.
Were we on Route 7? We were on some road in Kearney that's like sketch, right? And then you have like
it's all sketch. Yes.
Yeah, it's like a service road.
Yeah, you have that like weird industrial area.
Uh-huh.
And then it's
like
just like
fish house or something.
You're going fast. There's 2 lanes, but it's not like fast enough where you can't catch a glimpse of someone beside you. So like I'm driving, I am in the right lane, and I look to my left and I'm like, a girl's looking over at me and I'm like, damn, that looks like Alex. Is that Alex? And I do like a triple take and I'm like, oh my God, it is Alex. And then Alex's hands are against the window and she's like, oh my God, shut up. Shut up. I'm like, pull over. And she's like, pressed up against the glass. Like,
I know.
Oh my God.
Well, we did a pull up and pull back a couple times.
Yeah, we did.
I was looking over you. We both did like is that you? Is that you? And I was like, Don, this is so weird. This looks just like a girl that I worked with a million years ago in high school. And then you pulled up again and you did your Muppet face and you waved because your hair was way shorter than I had ever seen it. And you were wearing like cute clothes. Not that you didn't wear cute clothes. You were very fashionable. If you were working at like whatever, like
I was working at Club Monaco. I think
yeah. So you looked a lot preppier than you usually did.
Not like Gallagher.
Not like Gallagher.
I love all of it.
Best life, Shauna. Best life.
But yeah, and so I made Don pull over to the side of the road, and then we just got out and like cried on each other for 10 minutes.
Oh man, no, but like it was like the da 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 da.
We ran into each other's arms.
Oh my God, I got you.
And then you were like, I have to go. I'm late for a wedding or something.
I don't know what I was like. Maybe I was.
You were going up to the Poconos for something.
It was that party. Oh,
I don't know. Sure.
So yeah, there was a group of people I worked with, and we would hang out in the Poconos. That was a sketchy trip, and you could have saved me, girl, had you known.
I would have loved to.
But anyway, reunited, and it feels so good.
Oh, the best. The best. God, that's so good.
And yeah, the rest is kind of herstory, as the kids say. But yeah, and then we've been through it all. I mean, I would have never made it through freaking cancer and all that crap without someone to outlet to. So
you would have made it. But I'm a fun person to be around when you're
you aight, girl. You're right. You got it. No, and then we get to spend Thanksgiving together, which is so nice.
So that's why we came down to Houston, because when Shauna and Emily left, like literally every time, like I was so sad that you guys were leaving. Oh my God, I'm crying like that. Oh, but it was like I was standing in the kitchen and I was just like, Thanksgiving. Oh, look at my meat.
Oh, but you're here and it's Thanksgiving today.
Because we've had Thanksgivings together for the last like 14 years with these two.
Damn, it has been 14 years. Wow.
It might be a little bit less, but it's been something like that.
At least 13.
Yeah.
And we've spent some of them with, Don's mom and
yeah, we didn't do. I remember there were like a couple Thanksgivings with my sister, but like on and off for the last 14 years. Oh, I don't have mascara on, so I can just wipe my eyes like a normal person and not have to be thinking about it.
You made it.
That's right.
I was hoping you would say that. So this is love.
Well, I mean, I think for us, like when it really clicked that we could go through anything was when we were cleaning out your mom's house.
Yep.
And we went back to the hotel, and I hear a scream from the bathroom. Lillian's in the bathroom, and I hear, help, 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 help. And I go running, and she's fully naked. I'm at the door. I'm like, I don't care. She's fully naked. She goes, there's a tick on me somewhere. Find it. So she's in the bathtub completely naked. And I'm like, well, this is love right here. As I look over her entire body. Yeah, I think I found 2.
It was like, it felt like the leech's scene in Stand By Me to me.
But, that's when you know it's forever.
And then we were like, we made jokes like, hey, baby, I want to check you for ticks.
Yeah,
and
can I check you for ticks?
That's an actual country song.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Is that your song?
That's our song.
Baby, let me check you for ticks.
Yeah.
Or it's not, baby, lock them doors and turn them lights down low.
That's a deep cut from Hollywood Week from
Clay Aiken? Was it?
No, it wasn't Clay Aiken. It was a little redhead boy from American Idol.
I thought it was Clay.
No, it wasn't Clay Aiken. He didn't have a low voice.
Oh, you're
It was that weird young dude with the very low voice.
Right.
I mean, he wasn't weird. He was unusual. He had an unusually low voice for a little redhead.
You're right.
That's the end of that story.
Usually
I'm sure he's doing great.
Yeah, it's fine. Whoa.
Wow. Well, fuck. That's great.
And now we've made Lil's cry.
Yep.
I'm okay.
You gonna be all right?
I'm okay.
Pull it together.
There's
honey.
a reunion. I
Huh?
love it. There's a reunion. I love it.
I feel like we need to tell at least one more story before we go. Do you remember the night that we all broke into that community pool?
Oh no. Oh, I thought you were gonna say the scary house.
I
picked.
Tell me.
We could-
Wait. She didn't really tell me about the scary house. She was just like, they said it was haunted and we didn't believe them and it was definitely haunted.
Yeah, I guess we could let Jen pick, like pool,
Oh, we can
sneaking
do
into the
both.
pool.
They're not long.
Maybe you don't have to.
So
pick.
both of these things, well, one happened in Williamsburg, right? And the other one happened in Gloucester.
Yeah.
So
house
Gloucester was like the Wild West. It was like you cross this bridge into.
Let me set it up for the modern crowd.
Sure.
So Gloucester is inhabited by people. It is. There are people there, right? There's people.
Four people.
You're wondering where I'm going with this,
I
but
am.
you're along for the journey. Okay,
Mhm.
so anyone who's seen Bird Box or anyone who has seen what's that other one? The
Quiet Place.
The Quiet
Okay.
Place.
Place. Mm-hmm.
So there's like ranches and things that look like that, where people have made like funky little trails, or like it'll be like a whole abandoned street like that.
Yeah.
With like white picket fences, like little tire swings on the tree.
It's the sticks.
But it's now abandoned and grown over. And so whatever crazy high school people who are up to no good, who have nothing else to do better with their time, break into these abandoned houses and will do right. Well, they actually probably physically do literal crap in there.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
homeless people anyway. But so anyway, all of that to say, that's the type of environment that we walked in on. The moon was like just out. It was completely dark other than the moon. And everybody's like, let's go walking in the woods. And I want to say it was like the usual suspects from the Gloucester
for
boys.
sure.
It was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Gloucester boys for sure. I feel like Matt
Matt
was
and
there?
Ben. Yeah.
Yeah, Matt, Ben,
April might have been there.
April might have been there. And was Matt Rogers there?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I feel like maybe Lish wasn't on that journey.
No, she was not.
But they were like, let's go walk to this house. And the minute we get to this house, and it's like silhouetted, the moon is kind of like up above it, and you can see the tire swing just like gently swaying. Like
Yeah.
the
Oh
house-
God.
like a pale yellow, very like paint cracked,
Oh,
windows
could-
broken
yeah,
out.
The ceiling was like
Oh, the
sinking
ceiling
in.
completely sinking in. It was terrible. And I'm like, I am not going in there. And you were like, come on.
No, I didn't go
At
in.
first. And I said, look at it. And you
Okay.
went,
That sounds like the story. That does sound like
because
the
that
story.
is you. You're
Yeah.
usually gung-ho. And then you're like, when someone points out something. That's totally you.
Because I want to be cool, but also I'm not stupid.
Right. And I like to think I'm logical, although sometimes very headstrong, and I do jump into things that I regret later. However, this instance, I'm like, A, I don't want to die. B, I don't want to die in the middle of the woods in Gloucester.
No, for sure, no.
No one's going to find me again.
Nope.
That would be very sad.
Yep.
So they're like, oh, just come to the door. I remember us going to the door, and we immediately got to the door, and the only thing I saw in that door frame view was something splattered on the walls that was black, something splattered on the walls that was red. I'm pretty sure I read the word help.
Oh my God.
There was a dirty mattress on the
I
floor.
remember the
I could look
mattress.
into the kitchen area, and it was one of those old rounded fridges, half open, and the smell in there, I was like, absolutely not. And I went, pew, and I turned around and walked out. And you were like, okay, I'll wait by the fence with you. Guys, we're the lookouts. So we're like holding hands, and we're like,
And then
And
we
she's
got
like,
everybody to pray.
yeah. Can we pray? Can we pray? And I'm like,
Oh.
okay, God, don't let us die, okay? Just don't let us die. Tonight is not the night. I have a lot of life to live. This is not going to happen.
Oh my God.
And then finally everybody came out, but we could hear them hooting and hollering in there.
Oh, and screaming.
And screaming and carrying on. And obviously they were doing a show, but let's remind our audience that this is prior to
Cell phone.
this the movie with the Blair Witch.
Oh yeah,
It was prior to Blair
Blair
Witch.
Witch for sure.
So I'm just saying, someone stole our story and put it in that movie, and we could have made millions. I'm just saying,
Oh,
it was us.
absolutely.
Or there was someone upstairs that there was murder. They tried to come out and tell us there were all these things
Like
that were up there.
pentagrams on
The
the
pentagrams on the
wall,
walls,
and,
you
like,
guys.
Porn in the corner.
Porn in the corner. I remember porn in the corner.
A whole well full of dolls and porn.
No,
Exactly.
That's a different story, but close enough.
Right. So we survived, but I was very upset, and I did almost pee my pants, as I recall.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I feel like I was constantly almost peeing my pants. But the night that we trespassed into the pool, that was not my idea. And we were with Williamsburg people,
I
right?
feel like it was a neighborhood that was adjacent to Williamsburg itself.
Well, I just remember that the guy who was the guy who played the pastor who worked at the jail, the GAOL jail at Colonial Williamsburg.
Yeah.
His name was Liam, and he had a crush on me, and he was there because we went from a party to, it was like a crossover Busch Gardens Colonial Williamsburg party.
Okay. All right.
And then everybody was like, let's skinny dip.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I might have taken my bra off, but I still have my panties on.
I was like, absolutely not, no way.
Yeah.
I'll be the lookout, guys. So I'm over so the pool was kind of over a little
There were
hill.
at
There
least
was a
15
fence,
of us.
and they went down the hill where the pool was, and I was up here, and I'm like, I'll be the lookout, guys. But I was so scared. I'm like, we're gonna get caught. And I saw a popo go by, police car.
It was
And I was
way
like,
set
guys,
away
be
from
quiet,
the main
be
road.
quiet.
Yeah.
They're gonna hear you.
And you kept running up.
I did. I kept running up.
Oh. I'm that friend, Shauna. Don't worry. It's okay.
I'm a little bit of a nervous Nelly.
But then someone
Yeah.
drove up. Someone started driving up the
Mhm,
long, long lane. So you could see
Mhm.
the headlights coming from
Oh
across.
no.
yeah. And we were like, get out,
Mm-mm.
get out, get out, get out.
So this
get
was
out.
my worst nightmare because I
Fuck.
probably had my glasses off.
Oh yeah.
And my clothes were in a pile.
I had everyone's piles.
Yeah, she was ready to go. She was like, hand it to me, hand it to me. So people were handing their stuff and jumping over the fence because young people are spry and can jump over the fence. I've never
Is
been
this where you
spry.
got your underwear stuck
Why,
on the
yes,
fence?
it is.
Yes. Oh, poor baby. I tried so hard to take good care of you, and I failed. I failed.
So I tried to heave myself over the fence, and you were like, "Look, there's a plastic chair. There's a plastic chair." And so I dragged it over, and I was almost on the other side of the fence. No clothes again, just my underwear. And you had taken my clothes,
Mhm.
and you were trying to help me, and I swung myself over, and my underwear got caught on the fence,
Mhm.
and I was hanging there like a cartoon baby.
Mhm. Yeah. Yep.
Ew.
What was that baby duck? Baby Huey? Is that what
Yeah.
Mhm.
for hanging down?
And
poor
then
thing.
and then you helped disentangle me, and
Mhm.
those undies had to go in the trash. But I remember like running
Oh.
almost naked with my arms full of my clothes into the woods where we all got dressed again, and I was just like, more ticks.
Oh yeah. check my body.
Okay, I'm dead.
Oh, don't die.
Is there?
I need you for a few more years.
I mean,
So we've made it through what, 27 years of being friends? Is that right? Am I overestimating?
I can't count.
What year is it?
I'm
What
about
day
to
is
be
it?
43, and we've known each other since we were 15. So whatever that
Damn.
math is.
That's almost 30. That's 28 years.
Damn, son. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's too many years.
And yet not enough.
And yet not enough. Thank you. You finished my sentence. It happens.
Isn't it
This
crazy?
is wholesome as
We
fuck.
finished.
Isn't
each
it
other's-
wild?
No. I was going for the Frozen song.
Oh,
We finished each other's.
sandwiches.
That's what I was about to say.
Oh, love is an open door.
I don't know the low part. Do you have any questions, Jen?
Where's my fly machine so I can come hang out with you guys?
Yeah, man, come on down.
I'm
Well,
gonna turn into Brundle Ponton.
Well, you just have to buy a plane and then hire Don to fly
Here
it.
you go.
Wake up, Don!
Yeah,
Right.
he'll just fly you down.
I'll go poke
It's
him.
fine. It'll take a couple hours.
Easy peasy.
Mhm.
Ah, this is so wholesome and wonderful. I am so glad you're together. I'm so glad you were willing to come talk to us.
Yeah.
This is perfect. It's my heart come to life. It's great.
I'm so honored to, talk to you guys and be a part of it. I love you both very much.
I love you. I want to bite you, but I'm wearing lipstick, and I don't want to
Oh.
mess up your shirt.
Don't bite my Steve from Blue's Clues shirt.
It's spotless.
We are looking for Blue's Clues.
Yeah.
That's the end. That's all.
That's the end. Oh.
Oh man. That's it. I miss you.
Thank you.
I miss you so much. Big hugs.
Big hugs. I'm so happy you guys are together.
So this was my best friend's best friend.
It's perfect. It's exactly as I envisioned it. I want 17 more of them.
Well, we have 1,000 more stories. So
This is my best friend's best friend's best friend. Best friend? This one?
Yes, transferable.
it's a MC Escher.
I'm my
print
own
of-
grandpa.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what that is.
Well, it's a song that I learned from a Muppets LP.
Oh my. Was it from the John Denver and the Muppets?
I don't
Like,
think so.
it was 9 feet high, 6 feet wide, soft as a downy chick.
No, but excellent.
Yeah. Grandma's Feather Bed. Highly recommend.
Oh.
That's my recommendation. As you enjoy this holiday season with your loved ones, highly recommend
Jim Henson.
Emmett Otter and Jug Band Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. For sure. There's also the Muppets Thanksgiving special where they combine the Muppets with Sesame Street and everybody goes to Fozzie's mom's house for Thanksgiving.
What?
What now?
I've never seen that.
Hooray. Okay, hang on. I just want to give you the appropriate title for it. I want to say it's the Muppets Thanksgiving special. Hold, please. Okay, so I watched this for Thanksgiving. Apparently, it's a Muppet Family Christmas. It's from 1987. It was a 4 TV special. Everyone goes to Fozzie's mom's house for Christmas and everybody's coming in. So Piggy is stuck in LA and Fozzie comes and he's like, Ma! And his mother is like, bye, Fozzie, I'm going to Florida. And so she leaves. And so everybody's stuck in a snowstorm trying to get to Fozzie's mom's house. And all of Sesame Street shows up and Big Bird shows up and the Swedish chef thinks he's a turkey and he's trying to cook Big Bird through the entirety of the fucking special. It's so
That's
good.
phenomenal.
Amazing.
That's a deep dive, like beyond my wildest dreams.
It's wonderful. It's on YouTube. Treat yourselves. It's
What-
delightful.
Most def.
OG. And of course, Piggy arrives for the last 2 minutes and they all sing carols together. It's beautiful.
Such good time.
Glorious. So good. So good.
Yay.
Yeah.
I love you. Thank you for all your
I miss you too. I love you guys. I miss you like hell, Shauna. I'm so happy that you guys are able to be together. Your place looks beautiful. I saw you got to spend time with your family. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. It feels weird to have family so close.
Sure.
Her
Yeah.
family is very cool. It was really fun. I got to meet a bunch of them. It was really, really fun.
So good. What was the best pie?
Oh, we didn't get to eat them. Pie night is when people come together and make pies for Thanksgiving. So people made savory, noshy things for us to eat while other people all got together and made their pies.
It's an excuse to get together and have a party.
I
Well,
see.
everybody who wants to make pie is making pie. All the other people are partying and hanging out.
I see. But no
It is-
pie is had.
No.
It is very difficult to explain to people, but once you get it, you're like, oh, I get it.
There was a very good peppermint bark sort of situation
Yes.
with Oreos in it.
It was made with mint Oreos
Oh,
and
yeah.
white chocolate.
Oh yeah.
It
Oh,
was
hell
delicious.
yeah.
It was.
If you acquire this recipe
Oh, I got
from
it.
Sam. Oh!
I got it. You know me.
So good.
We love you.
I love you too. You two beautiful humans, give each other a hug for me. And give your other humans hugs for me.
Yes, we sure will.
All right. I love you guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Bye,
Turkey
fuck
Day.
buddies.